Hello everyone, this is Untitled Chapter. Welcome to part 3 of my OmegaCraft mod overview. I'm going to be covering just a few small things like the solar panels, the Forcefield system, as well as a bunch of other minor bits and pieces that I might not have covered, like the Dark Fabricator, for example. So, obviously, the Forcefield is a block that obviously projects blocks. So, for example, if I put a field module in, for example, as well as a cube projection focus, I'm also going to need power sent to it. So I'm going to want a transmitter, going to want a receptor, I want a generator. Actually, I'll just do that instead. If I pair it up like so, it'll get power from nearby, and obviously it'll display a Forcefield block above. This will happen in obviously low and disabled mode due to the state I have it for redstone. Obviously in high it'll also go. It'll use up quite a bit of power though, as you can tell, if I don't actually have that constantly going though. Otherwise though, there's a bunch of different upgrades you can apply, which obviously it details in the book here. And in short, you have it where obviously there's a major upgrade which goes in the center, which you need a lot of Dark Fabricator related stuff, which is what I was going to cover a bit later. As well as obviously the ability to displace, which will have it where it places it elsewhere. So for example, that's not really going to show through the glass, but it will remove the glass there. And it will appear in whichever direction you have it. So for example, it's not really going to show there. That's going to show to the right there, that's why. Whoops. Ah, there we go. And obviously you can have it where it shows on multiple sides, which I'll try and get it to show above, but it won't really due to the glass, probably, or just where it's positioned. Ah, right, actually no, because that's just because I've got the one. Apologies. Otherwise though, if you wanted to have multiple though, you could have it where it use the expansion as well as this. And it'll display obviously more than that. If I stack on the upgrades, it'll have it where it keeps going even higher. Obviously only a stack can be put into each slot. So if I want to say one there, and one a bit higher, it'll go that high. If I move the displacement out, it'll do it directly above it. And that's only because I've got the two upgrades in there, not otherwise. So if I put that, say north, it'll go that direction with a 2x2 there. Otherwise you've got the charged field, which has it where if you apply it somewhere, it'll have it where if you have mobs above it, oops, not directly mob surging, they will be harmed. And drops won't actually be collected automatically. You'll have to actually use a module for that, called a collection module, which you can place, and it'll collect that from that destination. So for example, if I enable this, it'll collect it from that direction. So I'll actually get a hopper here and put it, say, underneath. It's already in ignore mode, so that's fine. I should be able to collect it from there. Well, should in theory, but I don't think it does that exactly. No, from at least my testing, I haven't really come across it being that successful, but it is still a possibility. I'm assuming it's done enough for probably wiping things out rather than actually collecting them. So if you want, say, XP or something, I guess, over that. I'll actually just try with an Enchanting Bottle and see if it also kills the entities. The other, pretty sure it does. If I do that. Yeah, it seems to do that. Okay, so it just kills anything above it. Or removes everything above it. Other than that though, I've obviously got the glass around it, just in case besides if I had, say, multiple force fields or so containing it, and you didn't have, say, a side on the bottom like I did with the lever to actually access it, you probably might want to put glass around it, I guess. But obviously if you're going to use this in a certain way, you probably won't need to access it, but it's also probably just to demonstrate in that if there's blocks in the way, that it won't actually appear in that position. Other than that though, the disintegration module from memory has it where it will, if I can just find it, if I remove that out of the way, pretty sure it's if anything, 1 second. Expansion, disintegration, charges it to break all blocks where the field would have been. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. So obviously if I put, say, this gravel here, you technically break it in place that it's supposed to. If I actually probably put that there instead of above, it should break anything. I have had it where it sort of struggles to do that, but in prior testing it did actually work, unless it's with a particular type of block, for example. It should work, it's just it's not doing that in this situation, because I probably messed up or something. Otherwise though, that's the force field. Finally, we have the Dark Fabricator, which you obviously realize it's a higher tier related thing, where you need dark matter. Oops, that's what I wanted, Dark Fabricator. You make with all different machines, and then from there you can make dark matter in it, which is used obviously for the force field system, as well as making dark machines and the dark panel. Otherwise though, we've got the different solar equivalents, which if I just set it to day here, now that's empty. The regular solar panel, I'll put it to night. The Lunar panel, a glow panel, a precipitation, and dark seems to just be a upgraded solar panel that can just do anything. So if I do it, say, even at night, for example, times set night here, and we'll want to toggle downfall again, even though it will still go through rain. We'll have it will still go either way. So if I say time set 16,000, for example, which is later in the night, it'll still go constantly. Other than that though, I'm pretty sure that's about it, besides configs, which you can obviously use to tweak the ores as well as gameplay balance of things like the powered soil and coal generator. Other than that though, components are obviously put into the Modular Workbench, and everything else should be pretty clear with the upgraded tiers of solar.